So it is October now, the month of Halloween basically, and I thought about being a cool person and dressing up in some kind of creepy Halloween, seasonal outfit, but I decided just to not comb out my hair because I figured that would be scary enough. Anyway, with the rise of fall and the death of summer comes the desire to read spooky things and watch spooky movies and do all of the creepy stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I love watching me some scary movies and going to the pumpkin patch and doing all of the awesome fall stuff. But the big one for us, since we are readers, is to read creepy fall books. Now, I personally am not a big fan of straight up horror or gore, and I'm really not a big fan of the paranormal. And by paranormal, I mean like vampires and all those weird stuff. But there are some really good, spooky, creepy, on the edge of your seats books out there, and so I thought I would give you my books that I'm going to be reading this October, and hopefully you can get some ideas for them for books that you want to read. The first book I'm going to be reading this October is The October Country. Yes, what better book to read than a book called The October Country. This book is written by Ray Bradbury, who wrote Fahrenheit 451, which is a very popular and well-written classic novel. A lot of you might have had to read that for school. And when I read Fahrenheit 451, I remember thinking like, wow, this is set in autumn and fall, and I can like see the trees. This is really beautiful. Come to find out that he writes a lot of fall, autumn, creepy October stuff, and this has a lot of things in it. I think there's some other stuff in there. I'm not exactly sure what this is about. It looks like it could be short stories. I think it's a bunch of short stories that either coincide or they all have the same theme of being creepy. Probably not as creepy as my hair right now, but anyway, yes, The October Country by Ray Bradbury. The next book I'm gonna read isn't really like a Halloween October book, but it is creepy and spooky and beautiful, and that is Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom Briggs. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is a visually and wonderfully written masterpiece. I would definitely recommend it. I have not seen the movie yet because it just came out today as I'm filming this. I do plan on rereading the graphic novel for Miss Peregrine's, but I loaned it to a friend because she wants to read the graphic novel before she sees the movie. Nevertheless, this book is the book within a book, so to say. There's a book that the characters come across in Hollow City called Tales of the Peculiar, and yeah, this is the book that they read, and there's like these beautiful, beautiful illustrations. These are drawings. Miss Peregrine's, as you know, has pictures. This is like straight up illustrations, and oh man, it is gorgeous, and it looks creepy and delightfully wonderful. I'm definitely looking forward to reading this. I'll probably get to this sooner than all the other ones. Another book I'm going to be reading this October is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. To be honest, if you want to read a spooky book for October, but you don't really like paranormal, but you like good writing and kind of fantasy, I don't know what I would describe this, probably like realistic fantasy. But yes, Victoria Schwab, definitely recommending her. Vicious is great, A Darker Shade of Magic is phenomenal, the Archive series is wonderful too. This is her new one. I have not read it yet. All I know is that it is just... it's probably creepy. That's all I know. It is probably creepy. I have no idea what the main characters are, what they do, what goes on, but I know that it's written by Victoria Schwab, and she likes to write about dark things, but not like bad dark, but like good dark, like a well-written, dark, creepy, but still well-written and intriguing and like complex and thought-provoking. So yes, This Savage Song, definitely going to be getting to this. I've been holding this off because I bought this like when it came out in the summer, and I've been waiting until fall/October to read it, and now is the time. The next book I want to show you is The Monstrumologist by Rick Yancey. Now, Rick Yancey wrote The Fifth Wave. Was he the one who wrote The Fifth Wave, if I'm correct? But yes, this is just monsters. Monsters. What else do you want? I'm okay with monsters. I'm not a big fan of the werewolf or the vampire or all that weird junk, but monsters I'm okay with, because I just think like Disney Channel, like monsters and creepy and spooky stuff. It kind of brings me back to like childhood monsters and wonderful things, but this is probably a little bit better than some of the Disney stuff, although the Disney stuff does have a nostalgia effect. So yeah, this is a 4-book series. It's been completed for a while. I have owned this for probably 2 years, and I've been waiting for an October to where I can read it, and this is the October I'm going to read it. So that is kind of it for all of my novel readings that I'm going to be reading. I literally just dropped this book in my coffee. Like, the corner of it just hit my coffee. But the corner of the book's not wet, so no books were injured during that. Don't leave coffee on your bookshelf and film a video. But yes, the next 3 books I'm going to show you are graphic novels, and I definitely recommend them because, like Miss Peregrine's, I love the visual. Either if it's hand-drawn or pictures, I love the visual aspect, and I feel like it works really well in a spooky sense. The first one is called Anya's Ghost. I would consider this like a solid 4-star graphic novel. The interesting thing is that the whole thing's in like this purple hue, if you can kind of see. It doesn't really have a lot of color, but there's just like this purple tone throughout the whole thing, and I just like that for some reason. I feel like it fits with this character and it fits with the situation she's in, and I just overall like it. It's a quick, brief read, and I very much enjoyed it. I'm rereading it because I read it before, but they're so easy to read, why not? The next book I'm going to show you is a little bit of a sad one, and it's not really that creepy, but I feel like I've read it every October, so I feel like I want to read it again, especially with the movie coming out, and that is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I thought this book, when I saw it, with that and that, I thought it was going to be all about creepy, all about monsters, but it is probably the deepest graphic novel I've ever read. It is about a boy whose mother is going to die soon from cancer, and this monster visits him in his sleep. Basically, the monster kind of represents, at least this is the way I took it, I think the monster represents his embodiment of his fear in confronting his mother's death. That is pretty dark, that's deep, but it does take place in the fall. It's very sad, but it's very well written. There's illustrations. I am excited for this movie. I hope it is good, because this is a wonderful, like, dear to my heart graphic novel. And the last book I'm going to show you guys today is probably my favorite graphic novel of all time, and that is Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. I know some people don't like this as much as other people like it, and they like to think it's like overrated or hyped up, but I love this. If you want something like really deep and connecting, this probably isn't the thing for you, but if you just want to like get a slice of life, like there's like 5 tales of 5 different people, and each of them are just creepy. If you just want to read it and kind of be creeped out and get into the ambience of fall and spooky, this is it. And not to mention, the illustrations are so beautiful. This author has not released anything else, but she really needs to release something else, because look at this. It is just gorgeous. The color, the way it's distributed, and the way her characters are drawn are like iconic. She has a very well-written style. I've seen some of her other art online, but I can just see her characters and I know, like, hey, that's Emily Carroll. Those are her characters. This is her artwork, and it's very good. It makes me think of Patrick McHale, who worked on Adventure Time and wrote and directed Over the Garden Wall. He created it, sorry. That's pretty much what it is. Yes, I love those types of things. This and Over the Garden Wall are probably my favorite, like, visually creepy autumn things just ever. I love them so much. So yes, these are all of the books I'm going to be reading in the month of October. I'm going to try and read these all in October. You know, 3 of them are graphic novels, so hopefully that will help. But if you need any recommendations, these are just perfect for the season. And I mean, look at this. Look at how wonderful that looks. That looks beautiful. Why do people write such great things? Do you like my autumn mug? Here, there's my fallness right here. I have fall decorations set all over my house, but this is the only autumn thing you're getting from this video aside from my horrifying hair. You could just make this into a Halloween costume. It's so scary. I'm kind of hiding it behind me, but maybe I'll pull it forward. Oh my gosh, maybe I should do that for the thumbnail. I'm losing my mind. What am I doing with this channel? Thank you so much for those of you who watched this. Thank you so much for everyone who's subscribed to me. Comment below and let me know all of the spooky books that you're reading, and let me know if you're going to read anything I'm reading or recommend me anything, because I'm definitely up for it. My name is Josie. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.